In the very beginning, as the story goes, it was a magical being who was in charge. He ran this whole vast universe. Everyone on Earth respected their protectors deeply, following all the ancient sacred rules. Up in the sky lived the Immortals, the ones who never die, and their main job was to oversee everything, making sure the world kept spinning just right. And for a long time, everything was perfect. Then one day, something absolutely wild happened. A monkey was born, bursting right out of a magic stone. Now, this wasn't just any monkey. He was a mischievous little terror, full of strange, powerful energy. He didn't even know what he was capable of, until suddenly he discovered that lasers shot out of his eyes. Can you imagine? He was thrilled and immediately started playing with this new power. But he got so carried away, he didn't even realize his laser beam had traveled all the way up to heaven, hitting the palace of the King of Heaven himself. Furious, the King of Heaven saw this as a mere animal attack and wanted to squash him instantly. But just as he was about to strike, a powerful protector appeared. The protector stopped the king and explained that this was no ordinary creature. He said this was a powerful monkey born from a magic stone, created for a great important purpose. He told him to leave him alone and not interfere with his destiny. So, the King of Heaven reluctantly backed off. Down on Earth, the young monkey just wanted to belong with the other monkeys, but they wouldn't accept it. His mischief and strange ways set him apart. An older, wiser monkey told him he needed to follow the rules. Only the Immortals in the sky could afford to live without them. But this just fired up the special monkey. He scoffed and mentioned that one day he would live that heavenly life too, just like the Immortals. The other monkeys just laughed and made fun of him. Right in the middle of this commotion, a terrifying water monster suddenly leaped out and snatched a small monkey. Everyone just froze, helpless. The older monkey explained that this beast was always preying on their young. Though it wasn't his fault, the burden fell on the special monkey. Heartbroken, he went off, determined to make himself so strong that he could defeat the demon in one swift blow. Years passed. The little monkey grew up, training himself tirelessly. Finally, the day came when the monster returned. The monkey confronted the beast, even trying to fight it with a coconut. But of course, that was useless. The demon easily brushed him off, kidnapped another monkey, and vanished. The monkey felt so defeated, but his resolve hardened. He knew he was strong, but he needed a powerful weapon to truly succeed. He learned of a legendary magical staff belonging to the Dragon King deep beneath the sea, a staff so mighty it could control the weather and protect all marine life. Meanwhile, the Dragon King was down in his palace, excitedly telling his people about that very staff which had been stuck in the seabed for centuries. Today was the day he believed that he could finally pull it out and gain its full power. But just as he prepared, the Monkey King appeared, and incredibly, the staff started talking to the monkey. It told him that it had been waiting for someone powerful to protect it for years, and it believed he was the one. Furious at the theft, the Dragon King immediately went to the King of Heaven for help. But remembering the warning, the King of Heaven refused to get involved, sticking to his decision to leave the Monkey King alone. Armed with his magical staff, the Monkey King immediately raced back to confront the demon. This time, with his amazing weapon, he fought brilliantly. He struck the demon down, killed it, and sent its soul away. Triumphant, he rescued all the kidnapped monkeys and brought them home. For his bravery, the other monkeys cheered and crowned him their Monkey King. But the celebration was short-lived. The older monkey reminded him that he shouldn't be using a powerful weapon like that, as only the Immortals in the sky were meant to wield such power. That comment lit a fire under the new Monkey King. He declared that he would become an immortal and demanded to be made immortal because he was brave enough. The older monkey sighed, explaining that it didn't work that way and they wouldn't just listen to him. He mentioned that if he defeated 100 demons, then maybe the people in the sky would take notice. His 100th demon was a female demon terrorizing a village. He met the villagers and made a deal. He offered to defeat the demon for them, but in return, they had to celebrate his victory with a massive fireworks display, so the Immortals in the sky would finally notice him and make him immortal. The battle began. The Monkey King fought fiercely, deflecting all of her fire attacks with his staff. But in his single-minded focus, he didn't realize that the deflected fire was causing massive destruction in the village below. He didn't care about the collateral damage. He only cared about the victory. Finally, he defeated the demon and sent her soul away. The villagers, relieved and true to their word, set off a spectacular show of fireworks. The Monkey King waited, expecting a god to descend and welcome him to the sky. But instead of an immortal, it was the Dragon King who arrived, demanding his stick. The Dragon King tried to take the stick by force, sending his assistants to steal it. The Monkey King chased them down and got his stick back, but in the scuffle, the staff almost fell off a cliff. It was only saved by a young girl named Lin. Lin wanted to be the Monkey King's assistant. She had no one else in the world, but he wasn't interested, as he was still focused on his true goal. He wondered why the immortals hadn't come, and concluded he wasn't immortal yet. He decided he had to take matters into his own hands and make himself completely immortal so he could never die. Lin, still following him, offered to help. Ignoring her at first, the Monkey King learned he needed to go to the Underworld to find a way. The path to the Underworld lay in a graveyard. Since the Monkey King couldn't read, Lin read the map and guided him. Realizing she could be useful, he finally made her his assistant. Using his staff, they journeyed down below. The Monkey King explained that their destiny was written on a page in the ruler's record room. If they could find his page and erase his name from it, he would become immortal. When they asked the ruler for the page, they were immediately captured. The Monkey King cleverly distracted the guards by using Lin as bait, and he slipped away to the record room. Lin surprisingly managed to trick her captors and followed him. Just as the Monkey King found his page, the ruler burst in, creating many clones of himself to stop them. The Monkey King countered by creating his own clones using his staff, and a massive battle broke out. While the two sides fought, Lin found the page. Despite the ruler trying to stop him, the Monkey King succeeded in erasing his own death. The defeated ruler immediately reported what the Monkey King had done to the King of Heaven. The Monkey King learned his true status. He was only half immortal. He would never die of old age, but he could still be killed in a fight or accident. He learned that the King of Heaven was trying to hide the way to complete immortality. However, thanks to the ruler's mistake, the Monkey King found out about a magical book that held the final secret. He grabbed the book and fled the Underworld. Back on Earth, he read the book. To be completely immortal, he had to eat a magical seed from a special garden. As he began to search for it, the story reveals a massive twist about Lin. Lin was not just a girl seeking a companion. She had her own secret mission. Her village had suffered a brutal famine for years due to a lack of water. She had been desperately praying to the water dragon for help. When she saw the Dragon King come out of the sea on his own quest to find the staff, she begged him for water, offering to do anything. The Dragon King saw an opportunity and told her to get his staff back from the Monkey King in exchange for watering her village. The Dragon King's spirit was still communicating with Lin. She told him about the Monkey King's plan to go to the magical garden. The Dragon King was thrilled and instructed her to just get him into the garden, and they would handle the stick from there. The Dragon King arrived at the garden first,
disguised his assistants as honeybees to cause a distraction and set a trap, a fruit that would knock the Monkey King unconscious. But the poor Dragon King accidentally ate the fruit himself. The Monkey King did eat a fruit, but it wasn't ripe, so he still wasn't completely immortal. The book revealed another path. A magical girl in heaven possessed a potent immortality potion. The Monkey King took Lin and flew straight to heaven. Finding the magical girl's palace empty, he sneaked in and drank a potion. But it was the wrong one, causing him to be teleported and lose his staff. It landed right next to Lin. This was Lin's chance. She could have grabbed the staff and given it to the Dragon King, saving her village. But she had grown fond of the Monkey King and couldn't betray him, saving him instead. The magical girl returned, furious that the Monkey King was using her ingredients to create the immortality potion. A fierce fight began. The Monkey King fought her with his staff, while Lin desperately tried to finish mixing the potion. Before he could drink it, the magical girl's lightning bolt destroyed the potion. Then she blasted the Monkey King, knocking him out cold. She knew everything about Lin and ordered her to take the staff and leave. But Lin refused, picking up the stick and throwing it to the unconscious monkey. The moment he grasped it, he woke up. The magical girl blasted him with lightning again, but instead of harming him, the staff absorbed the energy and made him even more powerful. Enraged, the magical girl yelled at him that he could never be one of them or be a god. Then she called all the other immortals to confront him. Knowing his life was in danger, Lin urged him to run.
but the Monkey King was ready to fight. To save him, Lin did the only thing she could. She ate a magic fruit and began to fall from the sky, hoping the Monkey King would save her. He did. They both crashed to the ground, and the Monkey King was furious. Lin had ruined his plan to defeat the Immortals and rule heaven. Lin begged him, explaining that true happiness isn't always found in winning. She pleaded with him to give her the staff so her starving village could be saved. Lin, out of options, tricked him into holding his breath underwater for 5 minutes, then stole the staff and sent it to the Dragon King. The Monkey King's anger was monumental, but the devastating truth was revealed. The Dragon King had been deceiving Lin. He never planned to water her village. He only wanted the staff to make himself the most powerful being and conquer the world. The Dragon King, now massively powerful, began his takeover. The enraged Monkey King, even without his stick, went to face him alone. Lin, desperate to help, devised a plan. She went to the Dragon King and whispered that the Monkey King could only be killed by lightning. The Dragon King blasted the Monkey King with a massive bolt, sending him plunging to the bottom of the sea. Down in the depths, the Monkey King finally found his stick. The electrical energy from the lightning bolt, absorbed by the staff, made him stronger than ever before. He rocketed to the surface, where he easily shrunk the Dragon King and defeated him, claiming his victory. But his pride was now out of control. Feeling invincible, the Monkey King attacked the King of Heaven's palace. He defeated all the Immortals and even the King of Heaven himself. To stop him, the Great Protector returned. He was about to whisk the Monkey King away, but Lin stepped forward. She pleaded with him not to do it, saying there was still good in him and he was just lost. The Protector agreed and told her to show him the right path. She appeared to the Monkey King and challenged his power to jump off the giant hand. The Monkey King agreed instantly. If he won, he would be crowned King of Heaven. If he lost, he would be locked in the mountains for thousands of years. The Monkey King took the leap and flew through the entire universe. He realized the devastating truth. The whole universe, as the mountain closed around him, the Protector told Lin that the Monkey King's true life hadn't been written yet. He said the world would need him at a special time, and until then, he must wait. Before the mountains completely sealed, Lin met the Monkey King one last time. She offered words of encouragement, urging him to continue his training and keep his heart true. And then, 500 years later, the mountains finally opened. At the command, the Monkey King was finally freed. The world needed him now. This was the great purpose he was born for.
And with that, our movie ends. Hope you liked the recap. If you reached the end, don't forget to leave a like on the video and write us a nice comment as you always do. And for those watching us for the first time, subscribe to the channel to see all the upcoming recaps. See you in the next movie. Peace.